Yes, viewers, Google the TV once again, sponsored by the e-learning project. Obonyo Kenneth, my name's Trinity SS Naweru. I'm here once again for another number in O-level mathematics. But don't forget, if you find that you're having flu, stay at home. You're over coughing, stay at home. And don't forget to sanitize your hands or wash them with soap, at least for 20 seconds. Thumbs up to the management of Google the TV. Thank you for giving us this airtime to educate the nation while they're at home. Now, what do we have today? The simple package that we have today says simplify. They want us to simplify x over x minus y plus y over x plus y minus 2xy all over x squared minus y squared. They want us to simplify that. The examiner wants us to write it in a simpler form that will not disturb us. The examiner wants us to break it down, to decompose it, so that it becomes simpler. Mr. Examiner, we have no problem. Let us start on that task. In our solution, Mr. Examiner, sir, in our solution, you want us to simplify. But Mr. Examiner, you will excuse us. Before we go any further, we are looking at the first fraction, the second fraction, the third fraction. Between the first two fractions, there is a positive. The last fraction has a negative. But again, Mr. Examiner, I need to first educate the population what a fraction is. Remember, a fraction is a number having a numerator and a denominator. Now, a numerator is that one at the top. A denominator is that one at the bottom. And we have very many categories of fractions. I will not go so much into the details. But for now, Mr. Examiner, sir, the first fraction is okay. The second fraction is okay. But the last fraction looks complicated. We are having a 2xy all over an x squared minus y squared. And Mr. Examiner, the denominator of the last fraction, x squared minus y squared, something is fishy here. We are seeing something that is familiar to us. Let us first go for the side work, Mr. Examiner, sir. Now, in our side work here, Mr. Examiner, we are having x squared minus y squared. Now, students, who can remind us, whenever you see an x squared minus y squared, whenever you see an a squared minus a b squared, whenever you see a p squared minus a q squared, what comes into your mind? Don't pretend that you are busy on your phone. Put the phones away. I see someone trying to touch the calculator there. We don't need a calculator here. I see someone playing with the phone. Please, when you see x squared minus y squared, what comes into your mind? Someone is telling me linear programming. No! Linear programming is a topic in mathematics. Yes, it's okay. But it is not related to this. Someone is talking about circle properties. No! Not circle properties. What comes into your mind when you see x squared minus y squared? Wonderful! Someone has thought it right. Someone has said a difference of two squares. A difference of two squares. The word difference simply means a minus. Two squares simply means there are two variables, there are two unknowns, there are two numbers, which are each one of them is squared. A difference of two squares. But again, if it is a difference of two squares, how do we break it down? Wonderful. A difference of two squares, you need two brackets. Now these two brackets here, remember, to get an x squared, it is the same thing as saying x times x. So the first bracket will have an x. The second bracket will also have an x. Remember, it is x times x, which gives us an x squared. And then y squared, the first bracket will also have a y, and the second bracket will also have a y. Remember, it is y squared, y times y. Wonderful. How about a negative? Which two signs do you multiply and you get a negative? Can someone tell me? Someone is saying a negative times a negative. A negative times a negative, you get a positive. You don't get a negative. We are asking, what two signs do you multiply and you end up with a negative? Someone is saying a positive times a positive. A positive times a positive. No, a positive times a positive, you get a positive. You don't get a negative. Wonderful. Someone has told us a negative times a positive. Good. So one bracket will have a positive and the other will have a negative. This is what we call factorizing a difference of two squares. But remember, I don't want you to cram. You can either start with a positive here and end with a negative. Or you can start with a negative here and you end with a positive. It is okay. That one would be okay. But some people have been cramming it that the first bracket should have a positive. No, it is not a must. You can have a positive here, then a negative. Or you can have a negative here, then a positive. Now, Mr. Examiner, sir, in your last fraction, it was the one confusing us. It had this x squared minus y squared. But now that we have simplified it also, it is an x plus y times an x minus y. It is now good to go. We can now pick this. We come and replace it where there's x squared minus y squared. Then let's see what we can do next. Mr. Examiner, sir, we are having x over x minus y plus y over x plus y. Remember, the examiner wants us to simplify this expression. This is an algebraic expression. Oh, some people are getting worried. I'm bringing in the word algebraic. Algebraic comes from the word algebra. Algebra is a branch of mathematics that deals with bringing broken parts together. But remember, algebra was not originally in English. Algebra originated from Asia. It was originally known in Arabic as Hisab, Al-Jabri, Wal-Muqabala. That was the original name for the word algebra. Hisab, Al-Jabri, Wal-Muqabala. Meaning bringing broken parts together. So, this is an algebraic expression. It is not equated to anything. The moment you have anything in mathematics not equated to anything, then it is an algebraic expression. But if it was equated to something, then it would become an equation because there is an equal sign. If it was an inequality sign, then you would say it is an inequation. But for now, it is an algebraic expression. Now, Mr. Examiner, sir, minus 2xy all over x squared minus y squared. We already have the vaccine there. It is x plus y into x minus y. The examiner wants us to simplify. He wants us to write it in a simpler form. Mr. Examiner, sir, remember when we have two fractions, for example, we have a half plus a third. Mr. Examiner, sir, if we are to add this, then we have to go ahead and get the LCM of 2 and 3, of which the LCM of 2 and 3 is not a 3. Come on, not a 2. Someone is again spoiling everything by saying a 5, but still well tried. Oh yeah, someone is telling us the LCM of 2 and 3 is a 6. Good, so we shall have a 6 here. 6 divided by 2, class, what do you get? A 3. 3 times 1, a 3. So we write our 3 there. Plus 6 divided by 3, class, a 2. 2 times 1, someone is again thinking of a 21. It is not a 21, it is a 2. We are having a 2 times a 1 to leave us with a 2 there. Now, Mr. Examiner, sir, we are still on side work. We want to be sure of what we are going to do here. Now, 3 plus 2, we end up with a 5 out of a 6. Why am I bringing in this example? It is simply because we need to also look for the LCM of x minus y, of x plus y, and x plus y times x minus y. We need the LCM. We are going to use the same procedure, but we need to get the LCM of these denominators. The first one, the second one, and the third one. How do we do that? Remember, in getting the LCM of 2 and 3, we came here and wrote the 2 and then the 3. Then we said by 2, 1. By 2, not possible, so we leave a 3 there. By what? A 3. By 3, we still remain with a 1. By 3, a 1. So our LCM is a 2 times a 3, which gave us a 6. We are going to use the exact formula in getting the LCM of x minus y, x plus y, and then x plus y times x minus y. How do we do that? The same procedure, nothing much. This is not complicated work. This is as simple as, someone is saying as simple as eating matoke. My dear, don't talk about matoke. Some of us are eating government food. They gave us posho, so it is what we are eating. So when you talk about matoke, when some of us have spent some time minus eating matoke, but the government of Uganda, thank you so much for the food. It is better than nothing. Eating posho, we can eat posho. It is better than sleeping hungry. Now, viewers, we are looking for the LCM. Now, we are here. We need the LCM of the first bracket, over the second one, and then the last one. The first one is x minus y. The next one is x plus y. And the last one is x plus y into x minus y. Good. LCM. We are looking for the LCM. Mr. Examiner, sir, what number are we going to use? When we write it here, it can divide through any one of those three. Someone has told us x minus y. Wonderful. We can say by x minus y. X minus y divided by x minus y once. X plus y divided by x minus y. It is not possible. So we write our x plus y there. X plus y times x minus y divided by x minus y. Some people are scratching their heads. Some people want to run away from the room. Please come back. We need to finish this number together. We need to do it together. Now, we are looking at x plus y into x minus y. And we are dividing it by x minus y. When you divide, what happens? You will realize that the x minus y and the x minus y will cancel out. You remain with an x plus y. Good. You see, some of you wanted to run away. Now we have got the right answer. Implying that x plus y times x minus y divided by x minus y, we get an x plus y. Good. Mr. Examiner, sir. That is what we have. After getting that, what other bracket can we use to divide through? You will realize that we have an x plus y. By x plus y again, this will remain a 1. By x plus, that is x plus y divided by x plus y, a 1. X plus y divided by x plus y, a 1. I told you previously, the moment you get a 1 throughout, you end there. End there. You just go and wash your hands, or you sanitize them, and you relax. You stay at home. Avoid the crowds. Don't shake hands. And don't hug. Some of you like hugging people. Don't hug. Why do you hug people? Greet someone from a distance. Keep a distance of some meters. The way we kicked polio out of Uganda is the same way we should kick coronavirus out of Uganda. Now, what is our LCM? Our LCM is simply multiplying these two brackets. That is x minus y times x plus y. That is our LCM. We copy this. Come on, place it here. Mr. Examiner, sir. We're almost reaching home. LCM is x minus y into x plus y. Very good. Now we are going to divide. The same way we did it there, that 6 divided by 2, 3. 3 times 1, 3. 6 divided by 3, 2. 2 times 1, 2. That is what we are going to do. Now, x minus y times x plus y divided by x minus y. What happens? The x minus y and the x minus y will cancel. Some are getting confused again. We are saying x minus y into x plus y. We are now dividing by what? By x minus y. What happens? That and that cancels. We remain with x plus y. The x plus y times x. So we shall have x into our x plus y. Plus x minus y times x plus y divided by x plus y. What do you get? You get x minus y. X minus y times y. So we have y into x minus y. Very good. So now minus our division sign, minus, what do we have now? X minus y into x plus y, divide by x plus y into x minus y. What do you get? You get a 1. Then 1 times 2xy, which leaves us with 2xy. Those who have just joined us, this is Obonyo Kenneth, e-learning project on Google the TV, taking you in O-level mathematics. The examiner, you were not there, but the examiner wanted us to simplify. We are almost finishing. Next time, keep time. Be here in time. Now, we are going to simplify. We are going to open the brackets. X times x, we get our x squared. Plus x times y, we get our xy. Plus y times x, you get a yx. But even if you say the xy, you still are okay. You still have the same answer. Now, y times x, you can write yx or you can write xy for purposes of uniformity. Xy. Now, a positive times a negative, you get a negative. Y times y. Someone again is telling us 2y. Y times y. Y times y, you don't get 2y. I don't want to be rude, but y times y, you get y squared. Good. So we have y squared minus 2xy all over x minus y into x plus y. Very good. Well, we are trying. We are trying. We are not very far from the answer now. Remember, x squared plus xy plus xy. Plus what? Now you realize there is an xy plus another xy. An xy plus another xy. Those are already numbers which are almost the same, from the same family. So what are we trying to say? Xy plus xy will already give you a 2xy. It's fine, Mr. Examiner, sir. We are now having x squared, xy plus xy. We are having a 2xy. Now we are having minus y squared, then minus 2xy. We are collecting like terms. Don't forget, over x minus y into x plus y, which is our denominator. But remember, when you look at the numerator, a positive 2xy, a negative 2xy, what happens? When you collect like terms, they cancel. They leave you with a 0. Because you're having a positive 2xy minus a 2xy, or take away a 2xy. So the 2xy and the negative 2xy cancel, and we remain with x squared minus y squared all over x minus y into x plus y. Mr. Examiner, sir, we are trying with your number. But again, remember, Mr. Examiner, sir, we recall. What do we recall? Recall, Mr. Examiner, sir. We recall that where there is x squared minus y squared, this gives us 2 brackets. You remember where we had x plus y, x minus y. But I told you, you can even start with x minus y into x plus y, which is okay. Which is okay. Now, we are going to substitute the x squared minus y squared with this expansion, so that we are having x plus y into x minus y all over x minus y into x plus y. So that would mean when you have x plus y here times x minus y times x plus y. The moment is a multiplication in between those brackets, you are allowed to cancel. But if it was a positive sign here or a negative sign, a positive or a negative, or even a please don't waste time cancelling. You only cancel when there is a multiplication sign in between the brackets. So x plus y, Mr. Examiner, sir, we will cancel with the x plus y. X minus y, we will cancel with an x minus y. We remain with a 1 times a 1 to give us a 1, which is a 1 over a 1, a 1. A 1 times a 1, leaving us with a 1. But 1 divided by 1, what do you get? You get 1 as your final answer. Mr. Examiner, sir, we have humbly simplified your number, your algebraic expression, x over x minus y, plus y over x plus y, minus 2xy over x squared minus y squared. The final answer is a 1. You wanted us to simplify. That is all. Mark our work, give us our full marks. We have solved it. We have simplified it. Now, viewers, I'm also going to give you some simple homework, which you will do from home. And then you will forward them to my WhatsApp number or our email address. I also sit down and mark your work and then push you back the answers. You see whether you have got 0 out of 10, 2 out of 10, or 10 out of 10, which will be excellent, of course. In case you have a question in the work that I've just taught, or in the work that I'm going to give you as homework, I'm still going to give you my phone number. You call. When you call, please be straight to this. Don't go talking about movies and other issues. Straight to the work. Thank you so much for watching, viewers. Let's go for a short break. I come back with the work. Obonyo Kenneth e-learning project on Google the TV. So viewers, welcome back from that short break. Like I promised you, some simple homework. Don't copy, don't cheat. Do it by yourself. Whether you get the correct answer or wrong answer, the most important thing, have you done it yourself? Number 1 says factorize completely. Not just factorize, factorize completely. And the question is 8x squared minus 38x plus 35. And then number 2 says solve the inequality and show your answer on a number line. A half x minus a third is greater than a third x plus a half. When you get those solutions, take a picture of the answers or the working, send an email to elearningproject44@gmail.com. elearningproject44@gmail.com. If you don't feel like using email, use the WhatsApp number 0791 35 18 45, or you can say 0791 351 845. That is on the WhatsApp. However, if you have any difficulty in math, any difficulty in what I've just taught, 0773 538 009. You can call me 773 538 009. Call me, inquire, make more inquiries. I'll help you out. Thank you so much. So Obonyo Kenneth e-learning project on Google the TV. Trinity SS Naweru. Thank you so much for the support. All students and parents out there, thank you so much. Let's join hands and kick COVID-19 out of Uganda. The management of Google the TV, thank you so much for the airtime. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for dressing us up. Thank you so much for giving us the calculators, the chalk, the blackboard, and everything that we are using. May God bless you all, together with our dear President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Thank you so much for everything. The Minister of Education, I cannot forget you. Thank you indeed. May God bless you all.